Welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jennifer Moore. We are going to be monogramming towels two ways. The first method involves hooping, and I'm using this kitchen towel. It doesn't have very much of a pile, and I'm folding it in half to create sort of a guideline for my hoop placement. So I'm using a marker to mark the center here, and then I'm actually going to measure up a few inches from the bottom and make a perpendicular line. I'm using a tearaway stabilizer and water-soluble stabilizer for this project. So I'm lining up the tearaway stabilizer under the hoop, and you may need to do a lot of adjustments to place the hoop just right. And I'm using a 4x4 inch hoop for this particular project because the monogram isn't very big. And now I'm putting my water-soluble topper in there. Alright, so that's what it should look like when you have your project hooped. And now we are going to start embroidering. I'm using the Brother PE800. I've had this machine for a couple of months and I absolutely love it. The only issue I've had occasionally is sometimes the thread will get snagged between the end of the spool and the spool cap, but that's not a big deal to me and I really love this machine. I've got a bunch of other videos on it if you're interested. And this particular design, I got a large bundle. I got 10 monogram fonts for $10 from an Etsy shop called Magic Hoop, and I will link it below. This is the exquisite monogram, and I think it looks so classy and cool, and it only takes a few minutes per monogram. The placement for this towel, I'm putting the monogram center front towards the bottom, and it doesn't take very long, and it's a super easy project to do. I got this set of 4 kitchen towels from Target. They're 4 for $4, which is a pretty good deal, and I find they don't really leave hoop marks, so that's good. And this is what they look like when they're all finished. Perfect for gifting. The second method, we're doing this out of the hoop because I'm using towels that are thicker. I found this wash away stabilizer and I am a fan. You hoop this alone and it washes out completely. So when you look at the project, you won't see any stabilizer sticking out. So I'm marking center grid lines with my air-soluble marker here. And that's the towel. It's from IKEA. And I'm going to protect the hoop with painter's tape because we're going to be spraying this temporary adhesive spray onto the stabilizer. Had to do an instant replay. That was just too sexy. And I hope you like my Trader Joe's bag as like a booth, a spraying booth. So now we're taking off the tape. And I lined up the towel, folded it in half, and made sure that it lined up at the same spot at the hoop, just so they all kind of match, but I wasn't super exact about it. And now I'm making sure it's patted down to the temporary adhesive, and I'm cutting out my water-soluble topper. And again, I'm using my quilting basting pins. I like that they're curved. It helps get it through the stabilizer better, and I just think it's a little easier. And you do have to be careful when you are putting your hoop under your embroidery machine, just so you don't catch it on like the needle or any of the parts. So now we're going to start this design, and I'm doing the initial C. These are actually a gift for my mom, and the process goes fairly smoothly. I did use the larger hoop, the 5x7 hoop, just so I would have enough room to work with and make sure that the towel could be stuck down pretty well, and that seemed to do just fine. So again, this is the design being stitched out. Watch that machine every second because the minute you walk away, I'm telling you, something's gonna happen. And I'm a fan of these towels. They're from IKEA and I'll link them below, but they're very affordable. And now you just have to take the pins out, rip the topper off, and trim your loose threads on the front and the back. Time to unhoop and rip off the stabilizer. And I'm a fan of this adhesive because it didn't really leave a residue and it was easy to remove the stabilizer. And this is what it looks like when it's all finished. I hope you enjoyed this video. 2 ways to embroider monogram towels. One with a hoop, one without a hoop. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the Sewing Report for everything sewing crafts and DIY related. I'm Jennifer Moore, and I'll see you again in the next video.